Respect. Respect is one of the most important currencies of life. But why is it so important? Just why does respect play such an important role in our lives? Well, that's what you will learn in today's talk. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Salik and welcome to another episode of the Growth Philosophy Podcast, a bite-sized weekly podcast focused on empowering you to think better and upgrade your life. So let's talk about today's topic, respect. Growing up, it was instilled in us that treating our elders, not just elders, elders with respect was compulsory. It wasn't about decency or proper form, it was a must. We had to behave respectfully towards anyone who was older than us. We had to follow that rule, or there would be consequences. And I'm sure most people our age, most people were brought up with a certain set of fundamental rules like that. And it's a good thing. So over time I've modified that rule because it is not just the people who are older than us that need to be treated with respect. Everyone does, no matter their age, status, or whatever else. But why, you might be wondering, why is respect so important? Well, here are a couple of big reasons why. The first one is this. So as the saying goes, to get respect, you have to give respect. It's the law of reciprocity in action. The law of reciprocity is one of the most fundamental psychological principles that govern us. It's not really a choice that we have. It's just wired within our brain. That's how we function. Reciprocity is one of our core functioning principles. Now, if you don't know much about it, check out the resource I've included in the description on the psychology of reciprocity. But simply put, our interactions are mainly based on reciprocation. So the way we act with others, it's nearly always based on reciprocation. One good deed begets another and all that. Respect, by and large, is also contingent on that principle. So if you give none, you get none. Really simple. So to get respect, it is a must that you give it to. And that is one of the big reasons why it is important to treat people with respect. Because surely you want respect. And if you do not give respect, you won't get any back. Simple. So that's one big reason, but there is more. So here is another one. Life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. One day things are good, the next day things might not be. You never know where you might find yourself or who you might need help from down the line. Things might be really great right now, and you might not need any help from anyone, but you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So the waiter you treat with disdain today might become the CEO of a startup you need business from tomorrow, for instance. But fill in the gap. Whoever you're dealing with today, it doesn't matter what their station is in life right now. You might need their help tomorrow. So that's a practical reason to be respectful towards others, because let's face it, there are no guarantees in life, and treating people with disrespect can burn the very bridges that you need to cross over to the other side one day. So don't burn your bridges. Treat people with respect. So that's another big reason. And here's a third big reason why it is important to treat others with respect. It's a more spiritual or moral one. It is important to treat others the way you want to be treated. That's the principle. So it is important to treat others the way you want to be treated. So this is a moral perspective, of course, and it's all about fairness. If you want to be treated with respect, then it is only fair that you treat others with respect too. Make sense? So that's another big reason. And here's a fourth one. Yet another important reason why everyone should be treated with respect. You get what you give. It's the whole karma angle. You do good, you get good back. Whereas you do bad and it will come back to haunt you later. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will. You will reap what you sow. So this is not just a spiritual perspective either, There's a whole metaphysical and a universal principle at play as well. Because, actions always have consequences. This is why it is so important to think before you act. Because the way you act will always have consequences. And as such, if you treat others badly, those actions will have consequences too. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. So there you have another big reason to treat others with respect. And here is a fifth big reason for the necessity of respect. And it's a more practical reason, if you will. It's that treating others with respect makes you more likable. Let me put it to you this way. No one likes jerks, right? No one does. And that's exactly how people perceive people who treat others with disrespect. Think about it. Do you like people who treat others disrespectfully? No, you don't. No one does. So why risk being that person? You don't want to be that jerk, so don't treat others with disrespect. Simple. And here is the last, but of course not the least, another huge reason why it's important for you to treat others with respect. It's that treating others with respect is the right thing to do. There is a really famous phrase derived from the Bible that I quite like. It goes something like this: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I'm going to repeat that. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So it's about fairness and reciprocity. It's about treating people the way you would like to be treated. Do unto others. The Quran has a similar verse too. The Bible is not the only one, and I'm pretty certain that so do the other major religious texts, and nearly all the other major bodies of philosophy. The point is, the importance of respect has been recognized since the beginning of time, no matter what form of religion or philosophy people held dear to them or followed. And for good reason, because without respect, the world won't function. Our whole social system is dependent on respect. Take that out, and you will end up with what is a world that operates on principles that you do not like. Without respect, you will end up with a way of living that none of us would consider nice or pleasant. It will be chaos and anarchy, and not in a good way. So respect is the right thing to do. And not just from a moral perspective, but from a practical point of view as well. So yes, from a moral point of view, respect is a must. Right? From a moral perspective, it's the right and the good thing to do. But what about from a practical perspective? Practically, respect really is important or essential? Is it? Does it have a practical impact on our lives? Well, as you learned earlier, yes, it does. There are various practical reasons why respect plays an important role in our life. In fact, it has a massive impact on all of our lives. So much so that I would count respect as one of the most important currencies of life. Why? Because without respect, it becomes hard to live and function well in a society. The equation is simple. You give zero respect, you get zero respect. Really simple equation. Can you survive without respect? Absolutely. But just survive. So let me put it to you another way. No one wants to just survive. We all want to live a good life, a life where we thrive. So it's not just about survival. We actually want to thrive. And if you plan to not just survive, but actually thrive in life, you cannot do it without respect. Because without respect, you will have no connections, no support, and no cooperation. And those are important, if not essential, for thriving. Not just surviving, thriving. Humans are social beings. Social interaction is just as important to us as food and shelter. And guess what you will not have any of if you have no respect? Because if you don't give any respect, you don't get any, right? So based on all the reasons that I've talked about so far, it should be pretty clear by now that treating others with respect is important. Very important. It's not just important actually, it's essential. At the end of the day, it is just better to be respectful, don't you think? There is a caveat though. Some people don't deserve respect, like people who have disrespected you or those you care about. So it's like this: they have not given you respect, and as such, don't deserve any respect from you. I'm not a believer of the whole turn your other cheek principle. If someone treats you with disrespect, they don't deserve respect from you. Everyone deserves respect, unless they don't treat others with respect. It's the law of reciprocity. It's simple for me. So for someone to deserve respect, they have to give respect. So that is a caveat, but that is a caveat. That's the exception to the rule. So until and unless someone has proven themselves undeserving of respect, respect operates as a universal principle. You treat everyone with respect. It's a blanket rule. So let's shed some light on some other aspects regarding respect, because you might think that things like wealth, fame, and status might be exceptions to the respect rule. You might think that they automatically infer respect, but they don't. Wealth, fame, and status do not automatically make someone worthy of respect. It might seem like it does, but often what you see as respect is nothing but a facade, mainly masking fear or some sort of gain motive. So people seek to gain something from these people, so they are feigning respect. This is why you see people turning on these supposedly respectable people very fast when they have a fall from grace. You know how the whole Weinstein debacle? He was this huge figure of respect, and apparently everyone respected him, and then overnight no one respected him anymore. He just fell from grace. Everyone turned against him. Everyone hated him. So his power might have gotten him that facade of respect, but he did not actually have respect. People who are truly respected get respect even if they have nothing. True respect is not contingent on having money, fame, or power, or any other external factors. Think about the most respected people in history, like Mahatma Gandhi, Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, and so on. So think about them for a bit. None of them were very rich or had a lot of power or status initially. Most of them actually had nothing to start with. But they all have one thing in common. They treated others with respect. And that was essential for them to gain respect. Can you imagine how much any of these people would have been able to achieve if they acted like jerks and treated others with disrespect? Do you see the importance of respect? Without giving respect and treating people well, none of those people would have the respect they earned. The respect they earned through their actions, including the way they treated others, as well as the good work they did, is what led to their fame and power. That's what led to their impact. Most of them had very little to begin with, but still were respected, and are still respected even after many years of their passing. So true respect has nothing to do with money, fame, or power. So I'm not exaggerating when I say that respect is absolutely essential for your life. It should be pretty evident to you by now. And it's important not just from a moral, spiritual, or philosophical point of view. It's important from a practical point of view as well. So whichever point of view works for you, whichever point of view you look at this from, it's important. And here's the great thing. Respect is not hard. It is not difficult to give or get respect. All it really comes down to is being a decent human being and doing things we should be doing as good people anyway. So things like treating others with respect and fairness. Things like doing good and being kind and generous. You don't need to spend money or a lot of effort. It's actually really simple. It's quite simple. Respect is very, very simple. It's very simple and straightforward. All you really need to do is shift and improve the way you think. Just realize that treating others with respect is not just the good and right thing to do. it is also an essential thing to do. Respect is an integral and essential part of life. I hope that clarifies the importance of respect for you, and I hope you found this talk on respect useful and that it has reminded you and made you aware, more aware, of the importance of treating others with respect. Like with most things in life, the more you practice it, the better you will get at it. Treat others with respect. If you have any questions about today's talk, feel free to post them on my blog or reach out to me on Twitter. As always, it has been a pleasure to have you listen in. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to get updated about new episodes. They come out every Monday. Also, check out the other episodes of the Growth Philosophy podcast for more resources to help you improve your mind and your life. I'll catch you again next Monday. Until then, have a great week and remember, think better to upgrade your life.